Hello, guys. I found the Aquati collection, the Aquati Glam from LA Colors. Oh my gosh, guys. I didn't think we were going to be getting this. So I have Tropical Reef, which I will be putting on today with the lipstick Ocean Mist. She looks like that. Oh, I'm so excited. I also picked up Mermaid Vibes. This was hiding on an end cap at the bottom of the end cap, so it wasn't at eye level. So I'm kind of glad, otherwise somebody else might have picked over it, but I was able to get all three eyeshadow palettes. And there is Mermaid Vibes. And Make Waves, this is the lip gloss. I didn't pick up any of the lip liners, but I will be using this lip liner today. This is an iced coffee, and this is from the Ciao Bella collection that came out earlier in the year. And this color looks like the shade that they had there. I think it was like nude beige or something, but they were completely sold out of this. So we're just going to use this one for today's look. I also picked up Siren's Call. She looks like that. There was one lip gloss missing and one blush missing. Here is the Coral Blush. Looks like that. And Sun-Kissed Pink. The Mystic Mauve was the one that I couldn't get. Look at that. Oh my gosh, that is bright. So again, today's video is Coral Reef, Coral Flush, and Ocean Mist. Ooh, this looks familiar. I wasn't going to pick them up, but this color just spoke to me. And I really did want to try Make Waves. I really did want to try her. I'm curious to see how it goes with the eyeshadow, like the full ensemble. I also brought in, from my random picks, the Sculpting Duo in medium. This was randomly picked. The Rose Glow Cooling Face Stick. And yeah, like this wasn't random, but I did want to include this lip liner. So let's get started. I'm so excited for this eyeshadow. I'm going to give you swatches, and they look like that. Beautiful. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put on Milani's eye primer. I'm panning this, so I'm using this. The other two eyeshadow quads will be coming. I just like to test them out as they come. I don't mix and match until I've reviewed the actual 4-quad. My mascara will be LA Colors Lift and Lock. You don't need a lot of this, guys. It is very buildable, but you don't need a lot. Okay, the fun part. So how I do it is I look at the shades and I figure out which one is going to go into the transition. And it looks like it's going to be this one right here, which is that one right there. If you do it 1, 2, 3, it is shade 4, but you could also do it 1 and 2. So it's just this one right here. If I put it this way, maybe that would help. There's shade 1. So there's shade 2. We'll be okay. And I'm placing this in the transition. This eyeshadow palette spoke to me the most out of all three of them. It's going on beautifully as per usual. And I'm sorry about Shmoo out there. Shmoo is one of my two budgies. He wants in here, but I'm not allowing it. Okay, so if you bought this palette, these 3 shades here are a total win for an everyday eye look. This is just your pop of color. There's no need to be afraid of this eyeshadow quad. And the next shade I'm putting on is shade 3, right here, the dark brown. And I'm placing it along the lash line to the outer edge of my iris, along the line that I made with the pencil. I'm not placing it under the eye today. These are really pigmented. This one is matte, and it's going on beautifully. So this is the first time using this palette, and I didn't realize that this shade here might be too light to go on the lid. I'd like to keep that in the inner corner. So I'm going back to shade 2, and I'm placing that on the movable lid, that part right there. And that's okay. It's okay that it's in the transition and on the lid. Again, I'm not putting it in here. I'm just putting it on the lid. You, if you can put it in there, then put it in there. You do your eye shape. Next is going to be shade 1, right here. And I'm placing it into the inner corner and the inner crease. This is darker than I thought it was going to be. That's okay. And it is matte as well. So this is matte, this is matte, this is satin, and that is satin. Satin just means it has a little bit of a shimmer in it, but not a lot. This is going on really pretty in there. Do you see that? Like, it's not too bright, but it is bright enough. I do like a little bit lighter, but I'm not going to complain. So next is the teal shade. So shade number 4. And she's going under the eye to the outer edge of my iris on the inside of my eye. Yes. Now there's a lot of ways you could wear this palette, but this is my favorite way of wearing it. It's the safest way. Oops, I went in too far. That's okay. Actually, do I want to bring it in? I might. Right to the tear duct. See, this is how things go when I don't test it first before filming. And I wanted first reaction to it on camera. I'm really liking that. I am missing a sparkle though in the inner corner. So I might have to bring in, I'm going to bring in the shimmering liquid eyeshadow from Be Pure that just came out in Ember. And I'm going to place this right here. And meeting it up with the teal blue color, just to add some brightness in the inner corner. I'm only going to about there. I'm not going along the perimeter of the eyeshadow look. Just here. This is a rose gold shade. It looks like that. This is so optional, but I really like a good inner corner brightening shade. That came out weird. That's okay. And I wanted to put in the frost shade, the white one, but I just thought this is more of a gold eye, so let's stick to that. Okay, a little tip. If you still have this shade, Lunetta, the teal purple shift, and you can't find a use for it, this would be perfect to place right over top of the teal here, and it will last all day long. I almost want to do it, but I don't want to change the composition of these 4 shades yet, so here we are. Anyways, what is next? Eyeliner. I'm going to put on the eye marker in blue. And picking blue was not really a choice. It's because I can't find the black LA Colors eye markers, so we're just going with blue. This is my preferred method of eyeliner application, and it works fine. Waterlining my eyes with Maybelline's Gel Pot Eyeliner and the Far Out Green eye pencil from LA Colors. You know, this eye look, again, this reminds me of Prada's Poem. If you were thinking of spending $100 on that palette, this is your girl, because the shade that pops out with that palette from Prada Poem, say that 10 times fast, is this color right here, the teal. Okay, guys, don't forget, we still have the blush, the lip gloss, and I'm going to include an eyebrow demo for you. And I'm going to include that in every video going forward because I've been asked a lot for that. Look at these lashes, guys. That is Lift and Lock. I wore this Lancome Lashy Dull mascara yesterday, and I got this exact same look as the Lift and Lock. I have a video on this with one eye Lift and Lock, one eye Lancome Lashy Dull, and you can be the judge of that. I will link it above. So next is the Sculpting Duo in So Sunkissed. This was a random pick to wear with today's look. And if you haven't seen this, then it gives you an opportunity to see it. It looks like that. Here is the darkest shade, the cream. Here is the powder. And I put the cream on into the contour. I don't wear this as a bronzer. I wear this as a contour. And I start at the back. I kind of do this and find the contour area. And it's right there. You can see it. These have been fantastic, and they haven't dried out yet. Imagine buying a Patrick Ta and it drying out. I'd be so angry. He's had a debacle lately, hasn't he? Trying to sell 3 products to do a blush look. Oh my goodness, if you know, you know. That is all I'm doing right now, is the contour. Now let's get on to this beautiful blush. Again, this is in Coral Flush. I feel like we've seen this color before though. I think the Kitty collection came out with a color like this from a few years ago or last year, and it looks like that. This one is more mauve, and I will be using this in a different video for one of the eyeshadow palettes to mimic the Mystic Mauve shade that came out with this collection. I am just placing this on the apple of the cheek with my e.l.f. stipple brush. I always use an e.l.f. stipple brush for putting on my blush. Sometimes I use the other kind of brush, but I prefer this style. Over the nose a bit. Oh, this is gorgeous, guys. Absolutely beautiful. I don't know when I became such a big blush fan. I think it's been shoved down our throats this past 2 years. It's either get on board or get off. I chose to get on board. I love it. And it goes perfectly with this eye. That is why this was part of the 3, the eyeshadow, the blush, and the lipstick. Beautiful. This came up randomly, this Rose Glow, but I think I'm going to pass on this one with this color. I just don't think it'll go. I mean, it might, but I just don't want to chance it. So I'm just going to put on, for my highlighter, Becca's Rose Quartz. I'm panning this, so I'm just going to use it. And I just place it on the apple of the cheek. So I make my blush kind of like a blush lighter, and I bring it up in a C, and that, look at that. Oh, okay, I know I'm annoying. Okay, the brows. I am using LA Colors Brow Powder in Universal and MAC's Brow Brush. I don't know the number of this. It's really old. It's not there anymore, which is disappointing. And I just tap it into both shades. I want a mixture of these 2 colors. And I place it under the brow, starting in the front, and I just outline the brow. Bring it down to where it ends, like from here to there is where it ends. And then I just flick it up. I haven't added anything else yet. I'm just taking from that line that I placed and bringing the pigment from that up. I can always build up, but it's so much harder to take away, especially with these because they are so soft. Again, double tap, well, more than double, under the brow to where it's supposed to end. Everybody's brow is different. And then I flick it up, taking from that line, because I do not want a ton of powder in there. I don't want it to look like a Sharpie brow. If I need more color, I take it from the lightest shade, which is the 2nd shade right here, and I just put it on the very tip, right there, that little tip, and I just start at the bottom of the brow and flick it up. Now, a lot of you have brows, so this application is not going to work for you, but if you don't have brows like me, because you plucked them all in the 90s, this is an option for you. This is a technique that you might be able to adopt for yourself. Now, if I have time in the mornings, that one was just needed a little something something here, which I normally do have time in the mornings. Let's face it, I make time for makeup. Makeup is my favorite thing. I will take my brow pencil now and just add even more hair, just to take away that powder look and give it more of a hair look, because this has some waxes in it that will make it look more like actual brow hair. And I'm just flicking it up. I'm not really being too precise. If it needs cleaning up, I just clean it up with a Q-tip, which is fine. And then I go in with this shade here with the brush that looks like this. I got this from Dollar Tree. It's a Botico brush. And I just put it under the brow like that, just to define this area right here. I guess some people go in with concealer there, but I'm not about that life. And there you have them. I am now going to add the bronzing shade very lightly with the blush brush. And I'm just going to go along the perimeter of my face. Bring it in here, bring it along the lash line, bring it along the jawline and down a little bit. Not a lot. I start in the contour. I go up. I don't go in here. I don't know why. I just don't need it there. I don't need it anywhere here, but I'm just trying to bronze up a little bit and use this product and give it a little bit more definition at the back of the cheek. Normally I would go in with this shade here, which is the Warm Rose from Ioni, but because I'm using this Sculpting Duo, I'm going to use this. It's very little. You make a C, or a 3, I should say. Now you can add it all over here too, but I'm not going to today. I'm not going anywhere. If I were going somewhere, I would grab a brush like this, dip it in, and go all down my chest, my arms, my shoulders, all of that. But I'm not going out, so that's another option. And another day. Next is lips. So again, I'm using Iced Coffee Lip Liner from LA Colors that came out with the Ciao Bella collection. This was such a wonderful surprise, like honestly. And I wish I could have gotten the brown nude shade that came out with this collection, but it was gone. I may still be able to find it. It hasn't been in any other Dollar Tree in my area, but it might be there. I forgot to give you a swatch of the blush. Let's do that really quickly. There it is. Sometimes, you know, things don't click fast enough. Here is the lip gloss in all of its beautiful glory. I will give you a swatch of this too now. Oh, it's exactly what I thought it would be. Beautiful. What is it? It is an iridescent white with a pink shift. You know, this reminds me of the vanilla shade from the Fest Best collection. Ooh, it has a nice scent. Kind of vanilla mint. I love this. I do. And I am really not a lip gloss girl. I don't know, guys. Once you go Dollar Tree, you do not go back. I have been so happy with all of the makeup that I've picked up over the last year and 4 months. I'm not even kidding. There have been some duds, sure, but for the most part, you just can't beat it. Oh, this is gorgeous. So here is the finished look, guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video and you're looking forward to eyeshadow number 2 and 3. They will be coming in the next few videos. If you liked this video, please don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, maybe give me a hype, and all of those things really help me out a lot. Here is a playlist of Dollar Tree makeup looks, and YouTube will suggest something it thinks you like right over here. So you have a wonderful day and have fun with your makeup. Thank you so much for watching.